Guys and girls, it's know it time!
Alright, so the last part of this chapter is really solving rational expressions. And how hard is this section compared to other sections? This is going to be twice as hard. It's going to be twice. Because it, again, heavy duty LCDs. You have to be really good. In order for you to understand this, we have to go back to grade 8 again. Okay, everything ties in grade 8. I'm going to give you a question. Let's say I give you this 3 over x equals to 5 over 7. How do you solve this back in grade 8? Oh, you forgot. Come on, my grade 8s can solve this blindfolded. 21 over 5? How do you get 21 over 5? Oh, there's a magic word. Somebody says, hey, Miss Snow, if you have one fraction on the left, one fraction on the right, what you can do is cross multiply. But notice I use the key word, cross multiply only star. This technique only works if you have one fraction on the left, one fraction on each side. Okay. It only works if you have one fraction on each side. Go ahead, cross multiply. So we cross multiply and we have 21 equals to 5x. That's what we did, cross multiply. Now we solve for x. X equals to 21 over 5. See the difference between simplify and solving? Solving gets you a nice number. Simplify leaves it as an equation. I know it's a solving because, look, there's an equal sign. A bit more challenging for you. Good luck. What if I decide to be mean and give you this? X over 2 plus 1/3 equals to 5 over 6, and I'm going to put an x here. How would you do this? I'm going to pause it and let you. So I've heard a lot of answers. Guess is 1. Divya, how did you do this? What's your technique? LCD for 2 and 3. So what you did was you notice, look, there's 2 fractions in here. Why don't I just simplify exactly what you did earlier? And LCD is going to be 6. So you went 3x plus 2 over 6 equals to 5x over 6. Agree? Hey, look. Common denominator. Sorry, one fraction on each side. So you have one fraction on each side. What you can do? Cross multiply if you want. Many ways of doing this. Or you say, hey, look. If you want to cross multiply something, you say, hey, let's just cross multiply 18x plus 12 equals to 30x. And x, move it to one side. Negative 12x equals to negative 12. X equals to 1. That's one way of doing it. Works perfectly fine. No issues with you. Where did 18 from? Because I'm going to cross multiply. One fraction inside. So you're going to bring the 6 over here. Okay. So this is method 1. Method 2. Method 2 is going to be a bit more, it's I don't know if it's easier, harder, more challenging. Everyone has a different method they prefer. Method 2 is this. Method 2, the key to getting method 2 is get rid of your deno right off the bat. Okay? Right away. Because a lot of you hate fractions, so you want to get rid of it. I'm going to show you a trick to get rid of the whole thing right off the bat. This becomes x over 2 plus 1 over 3 equals to 5x over 6. I want you to look at all the denominators right now. Here's a 2. Here's a 3. Here's a 6. Find a common denominator between all three right off the bat. LCD, 6. LCD is 6. If you multiply your whole entire equation, everything, by that magic LCD, your denominator disappears automatically. Okay, here's the reason why. So let's take this 6, multiply it with this. Would you agree 6 and 2 cancels out? Toot toot. And you're left with 3x. Now I'm going to FOIL 6 times this. Look at the 6 and 3. They cancel out also. You're left with 2 equals to, and well, look what happens when you take 6. This 6 and this 6 cancels out. So you're left with 5x. And you can solve it from there. Method 1, method 2, you choose. I'm not going to be picky. I'm not going to show you just one method and say, use it. I'm going to show you 2 methods. You can do whatever you like. Here, you will also get x equals to 1. Okay? Again, whatever method you choose, I'll leave it up to you. But that's grade 8 stuff. I'm going to apply it to grade 11. Here we go. Choose whatever method you're comfortable with. 2 over z squared minus 4 plus 10 over 6z plus 12 equals to 1 over z minus 2. First of all, I'm not going to use the word simplify. I'm going to use the word solve. So you know your answer is going to be a number. I'm going to pause it. If you're stuck, I'm going to give you the first few lines only. I'm going to work with the left-hand side, and all I'm going to do is just factor. Okay? Nothing too bad. Harneet, z squared minus 4 can be factored into what? Z plus 2, z minus 2. I'm going to do the second one, plus 10. Now, if I look at this, I can factor out something. 6. Go ahead and factor out 6. That give me z plus 2. Okay? Equals to the stuff on the right side. I'm not going to worry too much about it yet. 10 and 6 can be reduced. Why don't we just reduce it? Okay, just do it nice and slow. Keep it simple. 2 over z plus 2, z minus 2, plus 5 over 3 times z plus 2. And on the right side, it's 1 over z minus 2. From here, I'll leave it up to you on what method you're going to choose. Whether you're going to multiply the whole thing by your LCD, or whether you're going to simplify the left side first into one nice fraction. I'm going to let you choose. I'm going to pause it. So guys, once you get to here, let's merge them together by doing LCD. If I look at the left-hand side only, my LCD is 3 z plus 2. So I'm going to write down LCD. 3 z plus 2, z minus 2. Okay, that's my LCD. Actually, I'm going to do method 2. They're all the same regardless. If I look at this, and this, and this, would you agree that all three have a common LCD of this? Right here. So why don't I multiply the whole entire equation? I'm going to multiply the whole entire equation by 3 z plus 2 z minus 2. Oh, let's make more room. So I'm going to multiply this by 3 z plus 2 z minus 2. If I multiply, follow this out, z plus 2 cancels with z plus 2. Z minus 2 cancels out with z minus 2. So what do you left on top? 2 times 3. Because the only thing left is a 3. So this first number is a 6. Plus, if I take my whole LCD, multiply it by the second fraction, think about what you're left with. Z plus 2 cancels out. 3 cancels out. So what's left then? Just that Z minus 2. So go ahead and go plus 5 times Z minus 2. Guys, gals, I'm going to go equal. I'm going to pause it. Lavraj, what do you got on the right hand side? 3. Z plus 2 is correct. And look at, I'm using brackets. The reason why? Because this Z minus 2 cancel. Guys and gals, expand and solve. And after that, we're done. So is this any harder than what you did first class? It's just a tad bit. Okay. So you got 6 plus 5Z minus 10. That's all I'm going to do. Equals to 3Z plus 6. The rest, I'm pretty sure you can. And it's just a matter of pulling everything together. If I just move things over, if you move it over, you have 2Z equals to 10. Z equals to 5. Guys and gals, voila. Give you a question. I want you to do this on your own. Again, I'm going to start easy. Any method you like. Method 2 may be easier for some of you. Y squared minus 9y plus 18. First thing is this a simplify or a solve question? How can you tell? Simplify? Well, solve. How can you tell? Look, there's an equal sign. I want you to highlight this equal sign. Anytime you have an equal sign in your question, it's automatically solve. It's not simplify anymore, solve. So I'm going to ask you to do 2 things. 1, restrictions. And look, I have an equal sign. So B, I'm going to ask you to solve it. Solve. Guys, gals, a few minutes just on your own. Work with the person beside you if you want. So if I look at this question, again, the key restrictions. Let's say y cannot be. Jason, what's your restrictions? Y cannot be? Oh, question.
So if we were to solve,
Yep.
isn't every number except for that number restrictions?
Restriction means you can. It means whatever the answer is, the answer cannot be whatever your restriction is. I'll show you why in a second. Good question. But let's start with your restrictions first. What's your restrictions? 3 and 6. Which means this. Your answer cannot be 3 or 6. That's what it means. Any other answer is a possible solution. Okay? It just means is a possible solution. But that's where this comes in. Now you got to solve it. So if I factor 9y minus 3, I can't do anything with this. Y minus 6, 18. I'm going to factor this out. Y minus 6, y minus 3. Guys and girls, right off the bat, start the LCD process and multiply. Okay, nothing hard. I'm going to multiply my whole entire equation by my LCD. And who haven't I picked on today yet? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ruby, what's your LCD going to be? Y minus 6, y minus 3. So look what happens. If I multiply my LCD into here, y minus 3 cancels out. You're just left with 9 times y minus 6. Exact same thing with this one. 4 times y minus 3 equals to 18. Go ahead, expand it out, and solve. Okay. So you have 9y minus 54 minus 4y plus 12 equals to 18. 5y equals to 60 if I'm not mistaken. Y equals to 12. Your last question for today. Good luck. And this is where your supernova question kicks in. No, individual this time. Because this is an easier one. Good luck with this question. So choosing a random question. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I'm going to ask you this. 3x over x plus 2 minus 5 over x minus 3 equals to negative 25 over x squared minus x minus 6. I'm going to ask you to solve. That's it. Circle your answer. I'm going to ask you to repeat one last time. Solve. And circle your answer. I'm going to pause it. The thing you should always do, I didn't ask you for restrictions because I don't need to know. But your answer is affected by your restrictions. For example, in this case, x cannot equal to 2 and x cannot equal to 3. Which means if my answer is a 2 or 3, it does not work. I throw it right off the bat. I can't use that number. So that's what the restrictions do. It tells you what numbers you cannot have. Now, I'm going to just keep it simple and expand. X plus 2, x minus 3. Sorry, wait, what? Oh, sorry, yeah, negative 2. There's negative. Again, of course, I always simplify. X minus 3, x plus 2. Now, I'm going to multiply my whole entire equation by my LCD, which is just x plus 2 and x minus 3. If I did this correctly, I should not have a fraction anymore by the time I'm done. Okay, if you did it correctly. If you made an error, you're going to get a fraction in the end. I should have 3x times x minus 3 minus 5 times x plus 2. And over here, just negative 25. Nothing too bad still. I'm going to expand. Gives me 3x squared minus 9x minus 5x minus 10 equals to negative 25. I'm going to move things over. No tricks again. 3x squared minus 14x plus, oh, is it plus? Plus 15. No, something's wrong. What did I do wrong? Oh, it's correct. Guys, gals, go ahead and work with this now. Now remember, all this equals to 0. Break it up into two brackets. X minus 9, x minus 5. But be careful. A lot of you will forget there's a 3 here. Oh yeah. I will deduct marks if you forget that 3. That's going to be x minus 3. 3x minus 5. Some of you got up to here and I said you're so close to the answer. See, this is not an answer. This is called factoring or simplifying. I asked you to solve, so which means set each bracket to 0 and find x. That's the difference between solving versus factoring. So x equals to 3. Come on. X equals to 3 and 5 over 3. But here's one thing. Look at 3. If I look at 3, I said 3 is my restriction. This is called a reject. Okay? So we're going to say a reject. Or the book used something called, write this term down please, extraneous root. Extraneous. And highlight this term because you may see this term on your exam. They're going to say, is there an extraneous solution here? Which means an answer that does not work. That's extraneous. So when you write your final answer, all you have to do is write down 5 over 3 and circle. So Harneet, you had 5 over 3 circle correct. But I tricked you into circling the other one also. And I even said, are you sure? So yeah, your answer was correct, but I would say, are you sure? And you said, no, I want to circle this 3. And the moment you circle that 3, it's done for. Guys, gals, this is called solving. There's a huge difference between simplify versus solve. Remember that. Huge, huge difference. Your work. And that's it for today. Page! Harsh, you probably made an error because you forgot to divide by 3. Yep, you can't make mistakes on exam. It's going to be brutal. Two, 3, and 4. That's it. Only 3 questions. I'm feeling nice today, guys. Very, very nice. I'm going to give you back your test, yes. And I'm going to end my recording